What's up, Sagittarius gang? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. I'm so happy to have you all here with me today on YouTube. I hope this video finds you well. We are going to do your general career and financial tarot spreads. This is going to be roughly mid-December into mid-January. So, as always, general messages here on YouTube. It is up to you to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. Not everything I say will fit your circumstance or scenario. It is up to you to use your intuition to discern messages that are meant for you, that are helpful, that are inspiring, motivating in your spiritual path as I deliver them here today. Anything that isn't helpful, if it doesn't strike a chord or resonate with your story, drop it like it's hot. It's probably not your energy. It's probably a message for someone else. That being said, messages will sometimes resonate for all you Saggies in the future, so in a few days, weeks, even a month or whatever. So if down the line something does strike a chord with you, take it and run with it. That means it was your message, but again, never force anything to fit your circumstance. All right, enough of that. Those are the rules. Those are my tarot rules. Got to put them in there. Everything else in the description box below for you, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media. I'm the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe wherever you can. That always helps me, helps this video and this channel gain traction and momentum so these messages can get out to those who want to hear them and need to hear them. It is my goal here to empower you today, give you some positive messages in your time of need or just searching for some answers, for some messages here from tarot. What do we got for Saggy? Career, finances, and money. Huge thanks to the Sagittarian gang out there. You guys always come through for me, and you guys are just awesome, so I just want to thank you. I love my Sagittarian gang. You guys are just, yeah, you guys are the coolest. There's one Saggy in particular, I don't know who it is, but whenever I post a video, within seconds of posting, it gets a like. So it's like, I know somebody's liking the video without even seeing it, which is such like a good energy exchange to me. It's just like you have faith and confidence that whether this video is for you or not, that, hey, like, you're going to like it because I put in the energy. And so whoever that is, gosh, you were just like an earth angel. I appreciate you. Anyway, all right, we're going to hop in for the messages. All right, Sagittarius. Two more cards. Sagittarius, career, money, and finances. Sagittarius. All right. Got three. All right, let's do it. So Sagittarius coming into mid-month into the middle of January. Wow, this card has come up 3 times. No joke. I've only done 4 readings. You guys are the 4th. This one has come up. The Crone. So this is the card of strength in this deck. It talks about internal strength and kind of powering through. Confidence is very important in this. It's a card of Leo, so strength, courage, powering through the journey. Like when you're, you know, kind of walking a long road ahead, what seems like is a situation or a circumstance that will never end, searching for hope, searching to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's a card that it's really challenging you to keep going. To, you know, like kind of harness your strength and find your willpower and your motivation to just keep going. That's sort of what I get from this. And it's that nice fire energy. So, oh my goodness, this is the cutest message I've ever seen. Some of you are trying to make your way back home. Yeah, your 10 of Cups, your fairy tale ending, to be surrounded by the people you love, the people who nourish your soul, provide you warmth, comfort. Some of you may travel for a living, and especially around the holidays, this doesn't have to mean for life, but that important message of, you know, wrapping up that final business deal just so you can get home to the ones you love, right? Very much like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, for those who have seen that movie. It's like Steve Martin, he's just trying to get home. It's like all these obstacles, and John Candy is kind of like his bumbling idiot friend who ends up being like a beautiful person. But yeah, it's like trials and tribulations along the long path. You're just trying to get to like salvation. You're just trying to find love, light at the end of the tunnel. But for this message particularly though, it's talking about being among people you love. Very frequently a card of family. It could be your husband, your wife, your children, you know, your parents. Maybe you're visiting, you know, different homes for the holidays, going back to your roots, maybe the house you grew up in. But yeah, this is saying it's been a struggle to get there. So maybe like you're behind in numbers, you didn't hit your quota for last month. So you're really having to like, yeah, power through. Absolutely. Excuse me. Please pardon the coughing as always. I'll do my best not to cough into the mic. What else? The Nine of Wands. Yeah, okay, so that kind of makes sense. Wounded warrior. You know, every card has their little like slogan or slang that we use to describe them. Very like generic message. But yeah, some of you don't believe that you can go on anymore. Some of you are, again, it's something about hesitating to see the light at the end of the tunnel, not believing that there is a finish line in there for you. I'm just sort of getting, and I don't like to be a hype man. I don't like to do readings that are like, oh my God, you're going to win the mega bucks. I'm just getting there's something about pushing through that last obstacle. This can be a card of obstacles. You are going to be like divinely rewarded in the end. And cups can sometimes talk about money flow. So you have the highest you have the highest number in terms of cups. So if it's not talking about money flow, we think of currency as like an energy, right? Money potentially could be good once you get past this final deal or this final obstacle, once you sign the final contract and, I don't know, like lock down the final vendor or customer, you know, however it relates. If it's not something about like a huge increase in money flow, some of you may be buying a home or a house. Finances could be good. It does also talk about some sort of like, this is a weird way of phrasing it, but like an emotional accomplishment. Like this could have been like an emotional journey for some of you, being away from the people you love, or having to reconnect with somebody important in your life that you were at a distance from. And it could be like an emotional distance if it isn't physical. But something about this card speaks to me about travel, wandering down that road alone. And interesting, I'm getting a couple of messages. If it's literal travel, but you almost have like a co-pilot, like a business partner or a collaborator, it might be a Leo, someone who's like your sidekick, someone who you lean on for support. There might be a Leo in your life that in particular is very key in your career or business field, whatever that, yeah. It could be something about like a spiritual path you're walking. It could be a mentor or like some sort of someone who gives you guidance. Or it could be the idea of you carrying this person with you in spirit, but they're the person you're trying to get home to. Very much something about the heart space and being at a distance. But yeah, I mean, you're sitting on Nine of Wands energy, which in itself, it's sometimes, like we say, the wounded warrior. But it's you've gone through a tremendous amount, Sagittarius. You've been through the ringer. You've had the burdens. You metaphorically had your ass handed to you, right? You've had your ass kicked a few times in metaphor. It's just you're not certain how much more you can go on. What's great about this, though, is that you're at the completion of the cycle. After the 9 comes the 10. You can wrap it up and like toss it out the window. You don't need to carry those burdens anymore. And for a lot of you, the burdens, it's just representing the workload, the work that you've been struggling to get done maybe before the new year, right? You know, tie up loose ends, that kind of thing. Like the struggle is almost over, but even the way it's depicted as the crone, we have, you know, maiden, mother, crone. It may have been like something about generational. You may be working for like a family business or something involving the home, real estate, like rentals, apartments, construction. It doesn't have to be, but it could be something like that. It's been a long time coming where you're just ready to throw in the towel. For some of you, actually for a lot of you, this may talk about retirement too. If it's been like a long standing on the battlefield, it's like you're looking to wrap it up and just like enjoy life, retire, settle in, or, you know, it doesn't have to be that, but, you know, focus on family affairs. It could be taking time off from work to have kids, to settle down, to something about a nursery, like a baby nursery. That could also even, like, kind of the double entendre. It could also talk about a nursery in terms of, like, plants and like gardening and maybe, like, again, spending time, like, potentially those retiring, get, like, your green thumb, that kind of thing. I don't know why that message came through, but it did for some of you. But the energy is good, but I do sense that some of you are just, like, you're losing your endurance, you're losing your motivation, and it's Sagittarian season. It's your season, guys, as we head into Capricorn, which is all about action and building upon it, right? So hang in there a little bit longer. Don't throw in the towel yet, because I'm just getting it's going to be worth it in the end. There's huge reward here, whether it comes in the form of physical money, and it might. It also, it's something that's going to make your heart sing. You are going to feel so good and amazing, and water can be very like healing energy, being around those you love, finding your soul tribe, even if you're not tremendously close to your family. This could be a friends group that are like your family, if that makes sense. Very cool message. All right, so what is going to be your challenge or focus in the coming month or so, Sagittarius? The Knight of Pentacles, yeah, absolutely. Keep going. Slow and steady wins the race. Again, practicality of doing the work, showing up, putting in the energy. Knights always bring change and movement into our life. And so again, it's like you're almost at the finish line. Like, get back on the horse, even if there's been like an upset or an obstacle, or even like a small bout of bad health. If you caught a cold, or just, again, you're not sure how much more you can take. Keep going. Get out of bed in the morning and do it, because this is an odd message. It's almost like, do it for those that you love, but also for your love. Do it for yourself, because you love your life, because you want to show up and enjoy the successes of your hard work and energy. The Knight of Pentacles will get it done. So those who are saying, like, kind of wounded warrior mode, I don't know how much longer I can do this. I feel beat up. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. The finish line is around the corner. The Knight of Pentacles will get it done. But here's the thing, he gets it done right. He doesn't do like this haphazard, slap it together last minute, just kind of, fly by night operations. He does it correctly. With Pentacles, it's seed energy, so it's very slow moving. This may even transition over into Capricorn season, where you start to wrap something up, but it's almost like the celebration waits for you. It's like there might be like a house party of some kind celebrating. Maybe it's a graduation from school. Maybe it's a promotion at work. There's something about celebration in the house, or about the house, about the home, about the family. Very interesting. But yeah, staying motivated, getting up and doing it, even though you may not see the progress that's being made. Trust that there is progress. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. It's slow. It's a process. It's like, you can't plant a seed and try and watch it grow. You'll go crazy. You have to have faith that the seed will grow. Keep nurturing it every day. Give it sunlight, give it water. That seed will blossom into something, even if you're not certain exactly what that is. It's a card of Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. So that might mean something to someone. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys. Hell yeah. Yeah. By being in a state of mind of, I'm just going to keep going. I will get this done. I will succeed. Again, something about money in the bank, traveling with finances, or bringing, again, in metaphor, bringing your crops to new soil where they can grow and thrive. You're being asked to wrap up this cycle on your own. And card number 9 is the Hermit. Again, double Virgo energy. You may have very strong Virgo in your chart. Virgo is the soul seeker, like divine wisdom, divine guidance, going on like a spiritual journey or a spiritual path. Whether you realize it or not, you are learning huge, valuable, great lessons in what seems like a difficult process. It's almost like you started off young and fresh and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and now you're just like, I am ready to retire and I'm only 35. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of taken its toll on you. And I'm not an advocate for putting your body through hell to accomplish something. That's sort of what this is saying. It's like slow and steady. Like, this is something that you need to eventually, make it to the finish line. So do it in a means where you're not burning yourself out. Maybe you've taken on too much of a workload. Maybe you're trying to accomplish too much in one day. Maybe you're reaching out to too many clients or too many vendors, or you can't keep up with like supply and demand. This may be asking you, where are you burning yourself out? Slow and steady wins the race. That's what Knight of Pentacles says. There's valuable lessons to be gained. There's insight and internal knowledge. And what's really cool about this, a couple things. Inside this little lantern is the star. So it's in kind of, in another way of saying it, it's like your long-term wish fulfillment. And for a lot of you, it's like your fairy tale ending. It does have to do with the people you love, or the dream career that you love. Something about like a hotel industry too. Something about like sort of like a home away from home. I don't know if that translates into whatever you're doing. Some of you may like bed and breakfast, hotel, something in that industry. Anyway, sorry, side message. After the Hermit, though, card number 9, comes card number 10, which is your energy, Sagittarius, Jupiter's Wheel of Fortune, all about expansion, good luck, good fortune. And you literally got that card. How I was saying, it is worth the hassle, or worth the painfully slow process of going through this. I want to say agonizing, because I'll be real, some of you are bored. You're ready to peace out because you don't see this as progressing you any further. I think you're feeling stuck. Again, it's like watching, or the what is that? The watch pot never boils. It's that. It's like you need to kind of refocus your attention elsewhere so the seed can bloom naturally and let it develop. Something about children or having a baby. Maybe that's not for everyone. But yeah, it's like it's worth it in the end. Gaining or going down this spiritual path in your career regarding your finances, however, It's illuminating you to very important lessons that you wouldn't learn otherwise. So don't rob yourself of this really beautiful process. It's meant to be a slow process. There's something valuable to take away from that. And my goodness, is there good fortune that lies ahead of you. Again, don't like to be the hype man, but you have great cards here. You basically have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Cups. You're either going to be very financially successful, or very, your heart will just be like, your heart will be singing. You will be in a place of joy and enlightenment and happiness, and potentially both. Potentially both. Something about legacy, building a legacy. You may be starting a family business that could really last the test of time, and something like generations down the line could inherit. Yeah, like maiden mother crone, very, very much generational, like divine feminine, generational something or other, something that's being passed down. Very, very cool message. All right, great fortune. What's that about? That's pretty damn cool. Let's see. Let's throw one of these on it. What else do we need to know? But yeah, keep finding the motivation to keep going forward, even when it feels like you're in darkness, when the path ahead is gray, it's cloudy, it's unclear, you're not sure where it's leading you. Trust yourself. Trust your internal guidance system, because that's what's leading you. It's your hope. It's your North Star. It's your guiding hope, and it's going to lead you to great fortune. And that's going to mean something different to everyone out there, right? But it's good. We know it's good. Again, something about a Leo or a Virgo might be very important. And something about student and teacher. Right now, I think a lot of you are in student mode. You're still learning. You're perfecting your skill, your craft, your hobby, I almost said music, so something involved in the arts. So you're at a place where you're still learning, but again, because it's going to be generational or potentially long lasting, there may come an opportunity where you step up to become the teacher, where you step up to like show people the light and then guide them. Something or someone is guiding your light back home. And it may have to do with if you tried to take your business to a different city or to a different place, or try it wherever, across the way. It might not be physical. This might be a metaphor. You end up coming back to where you started, or you end up going back to your roots, realizing that the best place for this seed to grow and thrive is actually where you started, or something about where your family started, or again, inheriting some sort of family business, or it could just be an inheritance, right? Three of Wands, yeah, waiting for your ships to come in. You haven't seen the rewards of your efforts yet, but you will. They're coming. The ships are coming in, and baby, there's a lot of cargo on them. There's a lot of good fortune that like awaits for you. But yeah, it's having faith that something bigger awaits. Keep going. Don't get stopped up by the small frustrations and obstacles on this. It is like a spiritual path. It's sort of a test of your endurance with these cards. How much further can you go? Again, do it in a healthy manner. Don't burn yourself out, you know? Don't resort to like extreme measures just to push through this. But yeah, again, something about wisdom and knowledge in the process of this journey. There is reward on the other side. There is light at the end of the tunnel. All right, we'll move on. Although I do kind of want to pull one more for this. I don't know why. I just feel called to. What is ahead in this Three of Wands? What is this Three of Wands looking out into? What are the ships? Three of Wands, Three of Wands. Three of Wands for Sagittarius. Three of Wands for Sagittarius. The star, absolutely. Well, there it is. We were talking about that star in your lantern. Right now, it's almost just a dream. It's just this idea of what could be. It comes into fruition. Your dreams, that it's like they're on the interior, they expand. It becomes interior to exterior. There's realization. There's an aha moment. There's truth. There's clarity. Something is understood. And like, it's something about your dreams start coming to fruition, dreams into reality. Again, a lot of you, the idea of celebrity, and I mean, take that with a grain of salt, but something about you being at the forefront, you going from student to teacher. I don't know if it's just you standing in front of a classroom and literally being a teacher and giving lectures, but it's something where you're at the forefront. You're like I honestly want to say idol. People looking at you in a very high regard, well respected. And rightfully so, because it seems like you've been on a hell of a journey, Sagittarius. It seems like you have really important stories to be shared with the world. Stories that are going to give people hope, potentially in love. Maybe you do couples counseling or couples therapy. It could be something like that. Helping those who feel wounded. I'm going to pause you guys for 1 second. Sorry. All right, Sagittarius, we're back. Sorry about that. There may be some sort of unique or innovative idea that you have, or again, pulling from a unique experience you had on this sort of spiritual path that you're then going to implement in your story, in your career, especially those involved in the arts and storytelling, or helping to heal those who feel wounded in some way. It's like you're going to take your stories of what you've been through and like implement that into your work. And yeah, something about the water bearer, it's a card of Aquarius. It's like you're bearing your heart, you're bearing your soul. You're releasing energy and love out of your heart space and sharing it with the world. You're giving them hope. But it's like this won't happen until you go through it yourself. It's like, again, that journey of self, your star, your wishes, your dreams. I do think they're going to come to fruition. It's going to be a slow process, but great future, like great success, potentially in some sort of career where like you're the star or you're at the forefront. You're sharing stories that give people hope. Very powerful metaphor. Very, very cool. Oh, I'm so sorry. I got a runny nose. I'm coughing. Oh my goodness. All right, Sagittarius. What is the help available to you? The 9 of Wands. Interesting. So you have the same card coming up twice. Interesting. This card is like being on the defense again. Both the same, wounded warrior, extending so much energy and just feeling exhausted, needing a break, needing some relief. Someone is going to be key in giving you yourself a message of hope to keep going down this path. And ultimately, I hate to say this, but that's what this tarot video might be for you. It's like that little fairy whispering in your ear, like, keep going, Sagittarius. Like, there's great reward in this for you. Something about following a hunch, or even something about you, a message gets delivered or relayed to you in a dream. And it's like you wake up the next day and you have this idea of like, oh, maybe I should try this, or maybe this will expedite the process. Or do you understand what I'm saying? There's a little piece of knowledge that you gain, and it's either from spirit or, again, in a dream, or it could be a person, but if so, it's almost like a magical person, if that makes sense. They may give you some sort of advice or guidance that's going to relieve some burdens from, or take some burdens off your shoulders. It's like take some of the work off your plate, so to say it. Something about equally distributing the weight. It may be delegating your responsibilities and helping to like achieve the goal faster or something. Yeah, it's a valuable piece of communication. It's valuable insight. It brings you some sort of epiphany or clarity on, I do want to say, how to wrap up this cycle of what's draining you of your energy, of what's making you feel exhausted. You're so close to the end. It's like you can taste it, and yet there's a part of you that wants to give up, that wants to throw in the towel. This is saying be open to the messages. Make sure you're taking care of your mind, your body, your spirit. With all this pentacle energy, make sure you are well, that you are taking care of yourself, so that you are opening yourself up to being a recipient to those important messages, especially, again, spiritual message, God, universe, whatever you believe in, right? There's some sort of valuable lesson that's going to help you like accomplish your wish or your goal or your dream, or get back to the people you love faster or more efficiently, something like that. It's helpful information. It's some sort of communication or truth. It's going to relieve you of burdens. Sagittarius, you are having bomb cards. Unexpected income. Okay, so yeah, this communication may be some sort of information regarding how to double up on that money, how to get the biggest bang for your buck. Again, how to delegate responsibilities so that you're making the same amount of money but not having to put in, 20-hour days or something absurd like that. This could be someone offering you some sort of loan if you're applying for a student loan or a financial loan of some kind, especially with like a house or a home. It may be like, here you go and have a great day. Like, it might be much easier than you anticipated. It's money in the hand. Or you may be sitting on some sort of an idea that is extremely like financially valuable. There's huge potential to make you money and finances. But again, going through this journey is crucial. important lessons are trying to be like instilled in you or relayed to you. So be an open channel for those communications, right? Don't be defensive. Don't be in a state where you're scaring people off, or you have attitude, or you're just grumpy and overtired. Yes, yeah, something about being a recipient of messages from those around you, being like a pacifist, being a peacemaker, it's very like spiritual. Is with the Star and the Hermit, there's major spirituality going on here. Tell me about this little fairy. Who's relaying this message, or what do we need to know? So you got the messenger card. Maybe it's going to come via postal mail or UPS or FedEx. Yeah, it could be some sort of letter or contract that it's like, sign on the dotted line, welcome to the company. It could be something like that. Yeah, it's like, it would be like an official message, something from the government or from the state, or just like has some sort of like emblem or logo on it that makes it very official of what like your vendor, your client, or whoever you're doing business with. That's not for everybody, but. And then you have Death in reverse. It's an opportunity that you thought had passed you by. It's an opportunity that, again, maybe you thought you ended up taking like some of you thought you made a poor decision or a poor choice on the road you took or the path you took. Again, for your finances, for your career, for money. Something that you thought ended in like tragedy or didn't work out, it's not the case. There's something about a secret being revealed, and it's not a bad secret. It's something you thought was past due or past its expiration or just didn't work out, would never come to you. It's being revitalized with Death in reverse. This isn't dead and buried. So yeah, if there is some sort of communication or bad blood, maybe in like a family dynamic, again, it's encouraging you to communicate. Something about your spiritual ancestors, particularly if there's issues within the family, within the home. There's chance for reparation to repair something that it hasn't been put to bed yet. It's not dead. Something can still grow and thrive from this. It might be an important business opportunity. Metaphorically, the idea of taking a seed and bringing it to new soil, to healthier soil. If you tried to start your business on the West Coast and it didn't work, maybe try on the East Coast. Yeah, if that's your story. I'm not saying literally go do that, but do you understand what I'm saying? Something that didn't work out initially, something about the travel and the movement, again, the spiritual path you've been down, there may be like a chance to start anew, and again, to get it to grow and thrive with abundance. I mean, you have great fortune, unexpected income, house and 10 of cups. Holy cannoli, Sagittarius. The great cards. You have absolutely great cards. All right. Final advice or guidance for my Sagittarians. You have a lot of cards here. The Lady and the Lord, the Lovers. I love that. So yeah, some of you are definitely thinking long-term, family, husband-wife vibes, or whatever you believe in, right? Or whatever gender you're interested in too. I don't want to equate it to a specific gender, but yeah, a partnership, a very solid partnership. It could be romantic with the Lovers. This is a card of Gemini. It also talks about choices, and especially in a career spread, business partnership, joining forces with those around you. How we were saying, it's an individual road for you right now, Sagittarius, but then it becomes like the star that once guided you in your lantern, now it becomes like the star in the universe, and it's your star. It's your guiding light, helping others. And I just dropped your card. I'm so sorry. So yeah, this may talk about collaboration in the future with, future clients, whoever you're serving. You're offering your product to, people you're reaching out to with your artwork, with your poetry, with your books, something like that. Partnership. Who do you want on your team? That's what this is asking you. Who do you want to work with? Who do you want to help? What good do you want to do in the world? And I love that it's shown with the Archer, because whether you're male or female, that's very Sagittarian. It's like shooting your arrows into the future. It's like, where do you want to land? Where do you want this project or this team or this career? Where is your hope to travel to? Where do you want to land? Where do you want to establish roots? Where do you want there to be like a thriving, successful house or family or community or career? The King of Swords and the Hierophant. Wow. So Gemini energy, Aquarius energy, and then Taurus energy. Very hard-hitting players. You have all major arcana in your advice or guidance. whatever this piece of information is that is relayed to you that's very important, and for some of you it's just following your intuition. You have like a pulse on some sort of idea that could be very successful. It's like sticking to your word and like committing to it. This is also the card of marriage, so it could involve marriage with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It doesn't have to, but something about committing to the work, standing your ground, sticking to your word, being very logical and analytical in like the details and the analysis on it, making decisions with authority, like executive decisions, not being afraid to stand your power, to stand your truth. This is very hard-hitting, sort of like my corporate CEO energy. Like you don't want to go toe-to-toe with this person because like they will school you in knowledge. It's not in a way that is malicious, though. I really do actually think it represents you, but it's how I was saying, I think I said this to you, you go from student to teacher. Yeah. It's almost like this is when you become the teacher. This is when you become the professor. It's like you're preaching to the groups now. You've become, you know, metaphorically the pope, the preacher, the hierophant, right? People seeking really heavy knowledge and truths, wisdom that you have to share with the group. And it may involve love or couples therapy or healing relationships of some kind. Very interesting message. And child. Yeah, you have a lot of family dynamics. Couples therapy, maybe some of you are healing wounds from your past or, you know, traumas that took place in childhood. Again, something about something you thought was dead or couldn't grow and thrive. And metaphorically, this idea, this seed, it's being presented as a brand new beginning. It's like untouched, very innocent, very pure, the ability to grow and thrive and develop with like love and joy and enthusiasm. It's like she's looking up and she's got the whole world ahead of her. Like that's you, Sagittarius. There's something about being in awe and amazement of all that you've accomplished. And I keep wanting to say, share your gifts with the world, share your talent. There's very important knowledge that you've gained, again, on this spiritual path, lots of cards of spirituality, communicating those messages to people, and there's butterflies, right? Helping other people to transform their life. This could be something like a life coach. Partnerships may be very important, like client and vendors, or, you know, maybe you work one-on-one with clients and they become like family. It could be something like that. Really cool energy, Sagittarius. All right, that's what I got for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what resonates for you, and I will see you all very soon for more tarot readings. And happy 2020. Happy New Year. Bye, guys.